Food is only as good as the sauces that you make. My name's James Roddy. I'm co-owner of Candlestick Ravine, co-chef, everything. I've always had a passion for cooking. I know a lot of people say that, but I generally do. I grew up watching my mom in the kitchen cooking all the time, and I always wanted to learn, be in there with her, do what she was doing. So once I graduated high school, I was off to college, and I suddenly realized that I had to cook for myself. That's where I really started to take an interest in creating sauces.
Every region of Latin America and the world, we all have different types of salsas, whether it's a salsa, whether it's some sort of curry. There's some sort of element that is needed in order for you to enhance your food.
My name is Claudia Alvarez. I am co-owner of Candlestick Ravine. Primarily, my roles have been administrative work, also helping develop the salsas with James in the kitchen, teaching him various techniques on how to really get the juices out of certain vegetables. That inspiration really came from the way my mom would roast some of the tomatoes at home, or the way she would make the specific salsas.
Claudia and I just got married. Prior to us getting married, we had talked about this idea about maybe starting a company, maybe on the side, just as a little extra income. And we even came up with a name back then. A few months into our marriage, it got completely derailed. We were both working at a company that went under and was no longer in business, which left both of us out of work and desperate scramble to figure out what we were going to do. I think our first month of unemployment, we were both looking for jobs, and it was just nothing was happening, and it was starting to look a little dire. And I think that's when Claudia turned to me and said,
We're starting a business. I don't know how, I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to figure it out. James went to the supermarket, started buying up ingredients, and just testing out ways to improve the salsa.
We didn't have a blueprint, so she had to figure out, how do you start a business? How do you do this?
And we sent out this Google form to all of our friends, and the support was just, I still to this day am so grateful to every single person who donated to the cause. It was like a startup. James is such an entertainer. I really think that that's a skill. It's a gift that he has. He loves hosting parties and having people over and making sure people are well fed. That's a passion of his. And it's something that I fell in love with too, just how he can navigate crowds. One of the things that he would always have at the forefront is a thing of salsa and chips.
I had friends, gatherings that needed something to dip their chips in, so I started making salsas. Started with basic ones and then just kept learning and learning different methods, tried different things, found ones that people really liked, and I just kind of kept rolling with that, and that would always be my contribution going into the party.
A lot of the times when people would tell him, why don't you sell this? And so that, I think, hearing that over and over and over again made me go, I think we just need to do it. I'm Guatemalan. I think it's really neat to be able to see how Mexican culture that James brings in can be meshed together with the Guatemalan culture and then other cultures too.
I reached into my mom's playbook of recipes that she passed down, that my grandma had passed down, took those in, first tried to copycat them, and then I eventually kind of made them our own. The menu kind of developed from there. Our salsas are stuff that you just don't necessarily only put your chips to dip in. You can also apply to your food, cook with, marinate with. I think that's something we've always prided in doing.
Everything we produce, it's us. We have 7 salsas, and they all have a story behind them, of how they were created and how they continue to be enhanced. Our goal is that our business will be thriving forever, that our nieces and nephews will be able to have something that they could be proud of, leaving that legacy behind. If I don't put my ego to the side and allow others to help you navigate the waters of being an entrepreneur, we wouldn't be here, and I don't think we'll be here in about even a year from now.
We're starting to see the business grow, and it's been kind of a beautiful thing to watch from birth out of an extreme event that happened into our lives to now, where we're starting to see the seeds we plant get stronger and stronger.
Might expand just from salsas. It could be other things. And that's the beauty of being an entrepreneur, is just watching it the salsa business is steady. What's next? And that next, I don't know yet. I know that we're just like, okay, we're just kind of listening and waiting to hear where the inspiration will come.